Hey everybody, it's Throbby with Large Lads back with another top 10. This top 10 is going to be the top 10 RPGs of all time, ranked by me. So hold on tight and we're going to jump right in. Alright, before the countdown begins, there's a couple honorable mentions that I wanted to throw in here, and I either haven't played some of them or haven't played much of them, but I did want to shout them out as really good RPGs, just from what I've heard and the little bit that I've seen. So the first honorable mention I want to talk about is Divinity Original Sin 2. This is a game I've played a little bit of. I do like the style of this game. I just didn't get too into it, and I do want to revisit it, so I just wanted to shout that one out. Next one is Disco Elysium. I've not played this at all. I do want to try it out. It looks cool. It looks really unique. I haven't really played a game like this, like style and tone-wise. That's another one that I wanted to try. Next one is Cyberpunk 2077. So I played this one on launch, and the launch was really rough. I know they've updated it a lot since, so I am meaning to revisit it. I just have not had the opportunity yet. So Cyberpunk 2077 is an honorable mention. So the next one is Mass Effect 2. This is one that I haven't played, and I kind of missed the wave of these Mass Effect games. So I've never played any of the Mass Effects. I have played the Dragon Age games, and if that's any indication, I'm assuming that Mass Effect is pretty good, so I just wanted to shout it out. And lastly is the Dark Souls series. So to me, they don't really feel like role-playing games for the most part, because really all you do, to me at least, I've played a few of them, is you kind of just build your character, and then they're kind of like combat orientated, so they don't really feel like a traditional RPG. So I kind of excluded them from this list. I did enjoy the first Dark Souls. I haven't played Elden Ring, but I did want to shout them out for this list. Alright, number 10 is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. What is there to say about this game? This game is really loved. I have played a good amount of this game. Things that really stand out is the historical realism and really just the realism of the game. The skill systems, the combat is really immersive. The narrative story is really cool. I did really enjoy this game. The studio that makes it, I've played the first Kingdom Come Deliverance, and it was more the same as that, but it was definitely scaled up. I think my issue with this game and why it's not higher is it's really slow to start. And some of the realism mechanics, to me, kind of get boring. And that's really my issue with this game, for it not to be higher. I know this is probably like a lot of people's 1 or 2. And I think it definitely deserves it. And it could be a Game of the Year contender. Just for me, I do enjoy it. I also really like, you'll see my list, I like to be able to make my own character. And the fact that I have to play as a different character is not the worst, but I just don't love to be a character that doesn't really speak to me, but I do really like this game. This is a really fun game. I know it sounds like I'm kind of talking bad about it. I'm just kind of rationalizing why it's number 10 and not any higher. Alright, and number 9 is Diablo 3. I know a lot of people are going to say Diablo 2 is better, maybe even Diablo 1. Some people might even say Diablo 4, but I like Diablo 3. It's the one I played the most of. So it kind of just has more special place in my heart. I enjoyed the classes. All the different classes were really cool. I've played a bunch of the different ones. I typically like to play the barbarians, though. That's kind of like my style is like a hack and slasher. The action, kind of like all of the Diablo games, are just super action-packed. I like the way that you could build out your character, and I really love to play like in that party system. And I played a lot of couch co-op of Diablo 3. So Diablo 3 is my number 9. And I actually really enjoyed this game, and it's not my typical kind of RPG. Alright, at number 8 is The Elder Scrolls Online. So this is spoiler alert, sorry, this is the only MMO that I'm going to put on my list. I'm not an MMO gamer, but I love The Elder Scrolls if you've followed the channel. I played so much of this game. I mean, the questing was really fun. The game really feels like a classic kind of Elder Scrolls game. It doesn't feel that far removed from Skyrim as far as the combat goes. The PvE can be kind of boring, but the dungeons are really fun. And then the PvP was actually a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun sneaking around Cyrodiil and assassinating players trying to get to where they were going. The builds were really fun. Questing with friends is really fun. The Elder Scrolls Online, I just have played so much of it. I know a lot of people probably might not have played it or don't really consider the RPG mechanics to be deep, which they're definitely not. But I would say this is an RPG. Obviously, it's an MMO RPG, so I'm going to throw this on my list. Being able to explore Tamriel is kind of like exactly what I want to do. So that's why I like this game so much. Next is Wasteland 3. So full transparency, I haven't played any of the other Wastelands, but I have played Wasteland 3. It has that CRPG style. You can play, the full campaign with your friends, which is really fun. The party management is fun. The different characters and classes that you can do are really fun. The battles are really tactical, kind of reminiscent of XCOM. I haven't really played much of XCOM, but I have seen it played, so it kind of reminds me a little bit of XCOM. That just has more of like a story around it. The decision making is kind of like my favorite part of this game, though. That and the style, actually, I should say. The style is really, really cool. I like the winter, kind of like you're stuck in Colorado. I believe that you're stuck in Colorado. And it's like a frozen post-apocalypse. It's got cults, gangs, and some really unique humor. But basically, the decision making is just really deep in this game, and I think it's a really, really good RPG. I'm sure a lot of people agree, actually. Alright, so number 6. This might be kind of controversial that it's this high, but Fallout 4. Now, this kind of came out when I was in high school, so I've just had a lot of time to play Fallout 4 and really sink a lot of time into it. I know people will find pretty much maybe even every Fallout other than 76 better than Fallout 4. I just don't. I think exploring the Commonwealth was a lot of fun. The settlement systems kind of took away from maybe how many different cities and towns there would be in the world. But doing the settlements was actually really fun. And then as far as the cities go, Diamond City is pretty cool. And the DLC for this game is actually really, really good. So the Far Harbor DLC is one of my favorite Bethesda DLC of all time, period. So yeah, Fallout 4 is, I think it's really, really good. I think the only really terrible thing about this game is the voice protagonist. And then maybe some of the factions didn't really do it for me. But yeah, Fallout 4. I thought it was really good. Alright, number 5. A lot of people might say this should be higher, but it's going to be Fallout New Vegas. So this came out when I was a lot younger than Fallout 4 did. I did get to play a lot of it. I like the style. I think the writing was really good. As obviously it was made by Obsidian, but the choices and consequences were much deeper than any of the other mainline Bethesda games. And I think it was a real testament in why people do like that a lot more. I like the reputation system. The world design was really fun. It is a cult classic, and I know people are going to say Fallout New Vegas should be way higher. I just thought it was fun, but by the time I did play it, it was a little bit dated, so that might be part of my opinion. But it is fun. It's high enough to be my number 5 of all time, and I do prefer medieval fantasy RPGs, so this is really high for me. But it's number 5. Alright, so coming in at number 4 is Mountain Blade Bannerlord 2, and I did consider saying Warband over Bannerlord. I just think Bannerlord just has so much more content in it. Obviously, it's a newer game, but it's just, to me, it's way cooler. The sieges are really cool. The graphics obviously are way better. The different kind of mechanics in the combat are a little bit better, and then there's a lot of really good mods. This is kind of like a sandbox, almost like an RTS, but there is heavy RPG elements. You can kind of found your own kingdom. You can start your own bloodline. You can do all these different things. The battles are super dynamic. Maybe the choice, I guess the meaningful choice isn't so much different, because the game kind of plays pretty similarly, no matter who you pick, like faction-wise. Maybe the composition of your army might change. So it surely doesn't have like deep RPG mechanics, but your choices do matter, and the combat is really awesome. This is kind of like I don't know. I think this is a really good pick. I think a lot of people, if you do like RPGs, especially medieval ones or fantasy ones, this is definitely a really good game. Alright, number 3 is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. This is a huge game. It took me a long time to finish it. I'm a huge fan of the Witcher universe. I'm a huge fan of like Geralt and kind of all of the different stories that are here. The decision making is really big. All of the side quests feel like main quest lines. I think that's the huge takeaway from The Witcher. It's just that every single side quest feels like it's part of the main quest. And they're also really interesting and unique. The storytelling is really good. The game is huge, honestly. I mean, it's actually kind of hard to overstate how long it takes to finish this game. There's lots of little side content, and all of the DLC for this game are phenomenal. Blood and Wine is one of my favorite DLC of all time. So definitely well earned. Number 3 is The Witcher 3. All right, and number 2 is Baldur's Gate 3. So it has the D&D rule set. First, actually, let me say, this game gets a lot of hype, and for good reason. If you feel like the people would beat this game to death and talk about how good it is, it's definitely well warranted. It's one of the best games I've ever played. Just the freedom that you have as the player is really unlike any game ever. Really, no matter how hard you try to break this game, how many people you say no to, kill, try to be evil, try to be good, be evil again. The game always adapts to it. There's literally no way to break this game. The party dynamics are really good. It's fun to play as multiplayer, and it's really fun to play as single player. All of the companions are really cool and unique. And I like the D&D kind of rule set of this game. It's really fun, and the different classes you can play. Every playthrough feels really unique. You can change your party up. This is an awesome game. It's truly a 10 out of 10. It probably should be number 1, honestly. It's one of the best games ever made, in my opinion. But number 2 is Baldur's Gate 3. Hey, and right before number 1, now is actually a good time. Winterreach Emporium. Winterreach Emporium is our game. It's a fantasy manager. You manage a ski shop on a snowy winter peak. You build your shop out. You appeal to different customers. Go ahead and wishlist our game if you guys want to support the channel. This is huge for us, and the demo is actually available now. It's super pre-alpha. I don't want to say it's really buggy, but it is pretty buggy. But give it a try if this seems like fun to you at all, and then please wishlist the game. All right, and number 1, you guys had to know it was coming. It's Skyrim. This is my favorite game of all time, period. Actually, I played more Skyrim than anything else. If you follow the channel, you probably knew this was going to be number 1. It's just the most fun world to explore. The narrative choices in this game could be better. I mean, I can concede that, but the world is just so good to explore. I can play the same characters on repeat, same class and everything, and it just feels fun every single time. And then the big thing about this is the modding community. Really, I don't want to say carries this game, but carries this game to be the best game of all time. Skyrim is number 1. To me, it's obvious. This is the best game ever. And with all that being said, if you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, comment, and tell me what you think the best game is. Tell me where you think I got it wrong. Tell me where you think I got it right. And like I said before, if you want to support the channel, please subscribe. That's the biggest thing you can do. Aside from wishlisting Winterreach Emporium, our game that we're currently developing now should be out in the winter. Thanks, guys.